Brought to you by P&H, Peter Juris. Give me your money and I'll make you nothing.
Talk to my accountant, Ira Goldstein.
That's awesome. That's so fun. All right, I got to go, man. We have a live podcast. It's live.
I think he's playing the music.
Yeah, well, you know what? What do you want me to do? People want to be on it. They're calling in.
Our Juris knows we were recording. We just talked to Peter like 10 minutes ago.
It's crazy. I know.
Yeah,
he's like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to call.
No, he meant to call us.
He meant to call us.
He totally meant to call us.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Jeff, I'm not getting anything over here. You getting anything on your earphones?
Nothing.
I feel messed up, Jeff. Oh, yeah. Oh, that sounds tasty.
Nice.
That's delicious.
That is very good.
Now, you know, geez, like, thanks, Peter, for interrupting us. Don't worry, Pete. We'll bring you on the show.
Man, we'll get you on.
You don't have to call.
P.S. You got to kind of go on the discussion board and get yourself on. Other people are working hard on it. He thinks because I've known him 30 years, he just automatically gets it.
Yeah, who does he think he is? Sharon Stone in Casino? You know what I mean? I know the guy 30 years are going to whack him for you.
P.S. The other day, what was on TV? Sharon Stone. Basic Instinct.
Oh, hold on a sec. No one can see us, but I'll do a little bit for you, Mitch. I'm just going to cross my legs.
Oh, boy.
You know, before Pete
It looks exactly the same.
Look, I do have nice legs, okay? I do. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Before, Pete rudely interrupted us, we were talking when the music cut in about the stupid Tide Pod thing, Mitch.
Buddy, I don't understand this thing. So you mean to tell me you're going to the grocery store, you're grabbing Tide Pod or Tide little, what is the things you throw into the washer?
Yeah, Tide Pods.
And people are eating them?
Yeah, it's just become this game. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
Do you not get sick from this?
Yeah, man. People, of course.
Yeah, I would imagine you'd get sick from it.
Jeff, have you tried Tide Pods yet?
Yet.
I stick to Downy.
He's an exclusive Downy. I guess it's like Pepsi or Coke.
Jeff's always been a class act.
He's always been a class act.
This is what drives me crazy. You get a kid and a guy, he does it as a dare. I get it. It starts as something stupid. Dude, I dare you to eat a Tide Pod. I dare you to do this. Okay, so they do it. He or she does it. Then it gets to the point where people are getting sick and can die from this.
Right.
And now everyone knows that on the internet, but there's still people doing it now. So yeah, like what's wrong with
what's wrong with? So I guess we'll just do our public service and say, stop it. Stop eating the Tide Pods.
Yeah. You know what? No more riding the tide.
Wow.
It's over.
Unbelievable. The fact that we even have to say it out loud, it's so sad.
It is sad.
You know what else is killing people? I got an article the other day from a good friend of ours, James, from Analytics episode number 13, I think.
Oh, yeah.
You know what he sent me? To back up his claim, or we were talking about something off the air.
Okay.
You know what kills people? Iron Man. Iron Man kills people.
Hold on.
The Iron Man competition is killing people.
The smile on your face, because
you know why I'm smiling? I'm not smiling because people have died.
Because I said, what's a dangerous sport? We had the dangerous sport thing,
That's
and
right.
You're like, yeah, man, water polo. They can sink to the bottom and die. That's just ridiculous.
So for those that are worried because we haven't done the water polo, we will. Dimitri's still not 110% yet. So once he gets there, we'll get him. But even more,
the gout is gone.
The gout is gone.
Fuck you, gout.
Fuck you, gout.
You're out. You're out of here. Bursitis in the shoulder.
But you're still a little low. And so
90%.
Seeing that these Ironmen, who are probably the most fit athletes around, next to CrossFit, of course.
You know what? I give it to
the
you.
CrossFit guys.
Yeah.
But these guys are dying. So 1985 to 2015, 30-year span, 109 people have died.
Shut up.
I kid you not. I have the article on me right now. 109 people, and it's all been from the water part. Or, sorry, 85% has been from the water component of the Ironman.
So basically call that, just in a quick nutshell, call it almost 90 people, let's just say. 93 people, whatever, have died on the water portion.
Correct.
From what? Heart attacks? Drowning?
Drowning, kicking, maybe just a cramp.
What do you mean kicking?
Well, like when the guy's in front of you kicking, he might smash you in the face accidentally and
knock you out. There you go.
There you go. You're gone.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder what the statistic is in combat sports, because if it's more than combat sports, then I owe you an apology.
I almost guarantee you it's higher than combat sports.
I will come on here the next episode and I will do a formal apology.
I wish we had time to Google it. We have so much to talk about today.
I know.
And I'll Google it.
Do you know what? It's going to be after something. Do you want to know what it's going to be after?
What?
My apology will come right after, because don't think I forget about stuff, Mitch. I believe that I won a certain bet where you
Call you the best
Packers fan around, and I'm just waiting for it.
Fair
I'm
enough.
waiting. And
You know what? You're right. You're right.
The time
It's
will
not
be
the
right.
time. Not the time right now.
Not the time now.
Not right now.
Don't think I forgot.
I'm just saying we are talking about Tide Pod users killing themselves or eating them for what God knows why reason.
I can't
Then
even- that's crazy.
it just came to my head. I read this article and I was like, you know what?
I get it.
Who
You
knew
know
that-
what? We're spiteful people, and congrats for you for doing that, because I would do the same.
Now, speaking of stats, give us the metrics.
But you're right. We got a big show plan. We got a lot to talk about. We're gonna roll right into it. And and Jeff, cue the music. Brought to you by Macromind Media, Metrics of the Week.
Macro.
Mind, media. Absolutely. You want to take a look at their website? Take a look at our website, and you'll understand why these guys are a leader in what they're doing. It's awesome. Now, do you want to know what Macromind's done for us, Mitch?
What?
We broke 1,000 hits
Boom.
on our podcast.
Boom.
That's more hits than a bag full of speedballs and Jeff on a Friday night.
I doubt it.
Probably not, but it's a lot of hits. No, you know what? I really think they're helping us, and people are going to the website and listening as well, and they did a great job, so thank you. Let me tell you what else is happening in the Macromind Media Metrics world, Mitch.
I'm listening.
If I were to tell you that in the last week, in the United States of America that are united, we've been downloaded in 3 new states.
Really?
You want to know what they are?
I do, actually. I'm very curious. I'm always a big states guy.
Florida.
Ooh, I love the Florida. Gator or Seminoles?
I think both.
Sweet. Congrats. I'll cheer for both.
Next we have Illinois.
Oh, yeah. You know what that's from? That's from Danica Patrick fans going, they also don't want to see her dating Aaron Rodgers. So
I think
props
you're right.
to the Illinois crew.
No problem. And Washington.
Which one? Like the
State.
state? Nice.
Washington
nice.
State.
That's right down below us. I'm pumped.
We
That's
now have a
great.
new. We could take a day trip. Me,
We could
you,
do a
Jeff.
day- yeah.
We could go do a podcast and be like, "Hey, real locker room talk." Boom! All of a sudden,
Absolutely. And Jeff, just so you know, we never offered that to Zach. We get the road trip with you.
All right, cool. As long as I can bring my snowboard and a shitload of time.
Done and done. And
Done and done. Now let's get into the global section of this really quickly.
there's more. Go.
Do you want to know what country decided to say, you know what? I need a little real locker room talk in my life.
I need a little Mitch and Dimitri.
I want a little. I've been watching American Hustle. Right? I don't know
Yeah.
if you've seen that movie.
Of course.
Yeah, obviously. When the guy's like, I want to pinch a congressman. Okay, I want you to come back to me with some. That's what they're saying in this really continent, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
It has its own ring, on the Olympics. Good day, mate.
No.
Australia.
We've made it to Australia.
We've made it to Australia.
That's big.
And I'm about to just nickname it and call it Awesome Australia.
Awesome Australia.
And you're welcome.
Yes. Well
Yeah.
done.
Oh,
Awesome
yeah.
Australia.
A little Mitch and Dimitri on the Bobby.
I mean, that is big when you think about it.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
I'm just saying, ever since we started the Macromind Media Metrics, things have been popping.
They've been popping.
We're onto something here.
Popping and locking. I like it. I like that.
I want to pinch a congressman.
wanna-
Okay, you can't have the $10 million. That's crazy. But you can have the Sheraton Suite.
I love it.
Or the Sherman Suite.
I love it. I love it. Beautiful. That is great. Thanks, Australia. Thanks, Illinois. Thanks, Florida. And thank you, Washington State. We're pumped to be in your ear.
Ear. All right, Mitch. As you know, we're planning to have Dr. Ryan Todd grace the locker room again to come inside. But before we do that, if you listen to episode 14, episode 15, we need to get up with our words. So I brought a new word here today.
P.S. I've been using it all week.
The ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous.
Yeah.
I used it in one of my meetings, and people that I know that I surprised that guy. The guy was
Really?
like,
See, and
this guy must know what he's
we're
talking
growing professionally and personally,
Yeah.
and that's what's great about this. I'm telling you, when he comes on, we're gonna be like, he's gonna use our words.
Absolutely.
I don't think that Dr. Ryan Todd actually knows this word.
What's that?
Ebulliant.
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 Can I get that in a sentence, please?
Country of origin. I'm 13 and just growing a mustache, and I'm not allowed to shave.
Please use it in a sentence.
Ebulliant.
It means happiness, bubbly with enjoyment, joy, and delightful.
Interesting. Okay.
So, ebulliant.
So I could say that my feelings are very ebullient when I come to do the podcast with you, Mitch.
I agree. I think the best way to use it is what we're about to go into next is both the New England Patriot fans and New England Patriot team and the Philadelphia Eagles team and of course the Philadelphia fans are very ebullient.
Two
right now.
ebullient cities.
Wow.
Right
what?
now.
Let's get to it. We wasted the last 5 minutes not talking about what everyone wants to talk about.
Yeah, because we're talking about idiots with Tide Pods.
Exactly.
Dummies.
But it was just ridiculous. But let's get down to it. Mm-hmm. I actually watched both games in the entirety.
Okay.
Pumped, excited.
Me as well.
And I think the only word I have, especially, let's start with the Patriots and the Jaguars. Is wow.
Sure.
Let's start with those guys. Wow. You know, Brady, we love you here. Everyone knows we love Brady.
Yeah.
Is there anything else he needs to accomplish?
This guy,
Really?
This guy's ridiculous, man. You know, he honestly is absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen a team in my life before that feels zero pressure being down and playing until the last moment. I thought, actually the score was a little bit closer than I thought it would be. I thought the Patriots would win. Excuse me. I thought the margin would be a little bit better. I thought it would open up in like the third, fourth quarter, and like I said, it would open up. I thought the Jaguars played very, very well.
I thought they played great, too.
I thought they played an excellent. You could see when it needed to matter, and you look at Blake Bortles in the last few minutes when he needed to provide a drive. You could see he got a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
You could see it was
the experience factor played a role this time.
Yeah.
We talked about the game. We talked to each other during the week and right after the game. And the one thing I'm going to say about it is I thought the Jaguars played a great game, like you said. The reason I really enjoyed watching that game was it was fundamental. Like last week, I was all about and getting mad at how Pittsburgh lost that game.
The 101.
Exactly.
Yeah, football
This
101.
game was excellent. This game was good because it was grinding out football. It was fun to watch. Both offense and defense were grinding it out, trying to win their battles.
Yeah.
And that's what ultimately happened. Tom Brady, the reason we're kind of saying, I'll start with the Jaguars.
Sure.
The Jaguars had enough points to win this game.
Yes,
they had
did.
enough points. They had this game. They literally, if you want to use that the way you usually say it is you took your foot off the throat. That's what they did. They had New England on the ground. They were choking them out.
Yeah.
And they thought they had them dead, and they took their foot off the throat. All they needed to do was get a few more first downs, grind that clock. There's one thing that Tom Brady can't come back from, or nobody can, is time. They gave him too much time.
Absolutely.
So I took some notes during the game just to kind of see what, things that kind of pop up. And I mean, they gave Brady enough time where he still won that game, and there was 2 minutes and 48 seconds left in the game.
Absolutely.
So way too much time.
Well, the Jaguars,
time.
A team that was playing like that was with the running game, very well. And Bortles was making some great passes and great plays. In the first half, he was doing what he was doing against Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. I don't care.
Yeah.
This is no fear. We're going for it.
Yeah.
And they were connecting.
They were having it.
And I got to be honest. Do you remember in I believe it was in the fourth quarter, there was Lewis when he fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the game break. When I watched the game, I was very confident. New England's going to come out in the second half. I was never worried that they would kind of lose the game. When I saw that play, I said, it's over.
You thought that? I got to be honest.
I thought that was the game breaker.
I swear to you, I didn't think it was over. And I'll tell you when I thought they were going to. So when I saw that double reverse and Lewis fumbles the ball, because I knew all Jacksonville had to do was get a first down. When I saw that they gave the ball back, I knew the game was over. That's when I was like, this game isn't over until Jacksonville gets a first down or does something with the ball again.
Well, I agree.
You see what I mean?
So very shortly after when they did nothing with it, it was like, oh, you know what? They're going to be in some trouble. At that moment, I'm like, it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
That's the...
But why is it, sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah.
but why is
No,
it,
I'm
do you
used to
think...
it, jerk off.
No, but here's, I want you to answer this question.
Yeah.
So Jacksonville obviously went in with this awesome game plan. They're torturing them. They're beating them up pretty good for
played-
quarters. For a good 3 quarters, I would say.
Very well.
Why did they go away from what was working? Why does this happen so often in the NFL? I don't get it.
You know, I think part of it is, here's the thing about the Patriots. I think part of it is because the New England Patriots, they don't have just a plan A and a plan B. They got a C and a D. And, you know, I was at a mutual friend of ours' house watching the game with, you know, some of our friends there. Probably another thing you didn't get invited to.
No, I didn't.
Man, you know, 2018's your year for invitations.
I hope so.
No, I think I might.
I'm confident. I'm confident.
You know, I really think things are on the upside for you.
For sure.
I mean, you're gonna have to send out invitations,
True.
now, right? So you're gonna get a lot back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't get mine yet.
Wonder what happened
Just
there.
want to throw that out there. Are you guys doing Evite? Is it in a junk folder?
I'm sure. Yeah, you know, check that.
Check
Check
okay.
your junk
I'll
folder,
check all my addresses.
Check it.
But I went, you know, so we had one of our friends was like, you know what, I think this game's over. I go, no, the Patriots are coming back. And the thing is, they went into halftime and they said, okay, no more Gronk. This is how this team is playing. Okay, we got it. We have to go into plan C, right? That's the style now we got to play it. So I think part of it is the adjustments that this organization makes game after game. And the other part of it is, the experience, you could see it. I think it really weighed in on being able to deliver and really panicking. These Patriots, I've just never seen it before. They don't care if it's 1 second on they've won every which way. And how many looks does Tom Brady in terms of adversity? How many looks does this guy have to have and still come out on top? 10 stitches on the hand.
Right.
No big deal. He'll work it. No Gronk.
Yeah.
No big deal. We'll work it.
No Edelman.
Well,
that was all year, but still.
Yeah, it was all year, but still, he was. You know, he's their best receiver.
Yeah.
But Amendola steps up. But is it because Amendola's that great, or is it because the culture that these cornerstones say, when it's go time, it's go time,
Well,
no exception?
You know that's going to be our topic question. We're going to get into that, so we won't talk about that too much.
Sure.
But absolutely, to everything you said, going back to just the start of this conversation, Brady, 10 stitches in his throwing hand, and he was throwing that ball
very well.
Dare I say, even better without the stitches. Like, in a weird way, I think maybe the stitches helped his aim better. It was crazy, this guy. He's 40 years old, stitches on his hand. I know a lot of people that don't like Brady are going to be like, oh, everyone's jumping on his. You know what? Give the guy some respect. Bottom line, 40 years old, playing in the National Football League, in the championship game. Guys are running after him. He doesn't have his primary receivers, and he's throwing darts. Come on. You got to give this guy some love.
I don't understand how people don't respect Brady. We could spend so much time on this, but you know what it is, Mitch? It's because he is doing these things in front of our eyes live in this era.
Absolutely.
Right? And the problem is it's funny how we can look at a guy like Joe Montana, like we're in our mid-30s basically. We can look at a guy like Joe Montana and praise him and say, what a great player. Absolutely. Or Jordan, or the people before.
Absolutely.
Or Staubach, or any of these old-timers. But you know what? Brady has eclipsed what they've done, but yet a lot of people got this hate on him. And he's a good guy and a consummate professional. I just find it hard to find out what this guy's ever done wrong to not earn people's respect.
I think it's
negativity.
It's negativity.
Yeah, that's
it's just
all
people don't want to, they hate to see the same guy succeed over and over again.
Yeah, because the people in 2 generations from now are going to look at Tom Brady and get the stories told to them, and he'll be like, "Oh, the greatest thing ever."
Absolutely.
But let's get to the next game.
Let's get to the next game.
Sorry.
The big no problems at all. Let's talk about it. What happened? I mean, I think I speak for everybody that loves sports and anyone that loves
Fairy
NFL.
tales
That
can come true.
We thought
this was going to happen to you.
This was going to be the closest game out of all of them. We all thought, oh, this is going to come down to a field goal. This will come down to Minnesota's game.
Yeah.
They dodged a bullet. Hey, Minnesota, what the hell did you guys do, man? Talk about the ultimate look-forward game. You guys know you got lucky with that play. Instead of taking it and saying, you know what, we got lucky. We played 2 quarters of bad football. We got lucky on that last play. You went into Philadelphia, and granted, the first drive, you guys looked great. What happened after that? Unbelievable. Shame on you guys. Very bad.
This team did not score a point after the 3-4 minute mark that they scored that touchdown. Now, the funny thing about that touchdown is if you look at it, the safety that was supposed to cover, I believe Rudolph caught the touchdown pass.
Yeah, he did,
The defender that was supposed to be covering him didn't read the play right, and he actually shot right past him. And had he played even a bit of zone on him, I don't know if that play would have happened. So it's kind of a mistake, but not even in field goal range. It's funny, last week, I was surprised and not surprised about this game. What I wasn't surprised about that I said was that one big X factor is how well will Nick Foles play? And I think he had the best game maybe of his career.
I would say so.
This guy was dialed right in. This guy was making
75%,
incredible passes and executing on great plays. What I was surprised about, Minnesota's defense, where?
How about Jaguars' defense? Everyone kept saying all these defense. Look, I know statistically during the 16-game season, they rip it up and they did well. But guess what? You're supposed to play in the playoffs. That sort of defense. Defense wins championships and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Both defenses played horrible, and they were exposed. And if they were that good, they wouldn't be exposed that easy.
Yeah, true. You know what? Well, I don't know what happened there, Mitch, because they were consistent all year. That's why it surprises me. The Jags doesn't surprise me because these are teams, like I said, they got up games and down games. The Minnesota Vikings won their division, won it quite handily. The defense was definitely showing up. I know they dodged an obvious bullet with the Saints, but I was just shocked how amateur they looked against the offense of Philadelphia. Now, credit, Philly does have a great offense. Mitch, there was a time...
I wouldn't use the word great. I would use the word they're good.
Maybe a potent... Yeah, this year.
Yeah,
this year I'm saying, right? But they ran the same slant play in the first quarter 3 times in a row.
Right.
And executed it quite easily.
Do you know why? They consider that practice. They saw Minnesota suck so bad. They're like, let's just practice on them. They're like, let's get ready for New England.
But what's crazy, when you watch the game, the second quarter, you could see Philadelphia was just dominating.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy, turnovers, whatnot. But the game was still 14-7 halfway through the second quarter.
Agreed.
All Minnesota had to do was either come out of it 7 points back or even get the tie or just be within even just a possession or two. But then they just let this thing go.
I actually saw the game turn in my eyes so the game was up 7-0 early by Minnesota. They basically just ran down the field and scored fast. Philly gets the ball, doesn't do anything with it. Then Case gets the ball. That interception, even though that tied the game, that was like literally Minnesota going, see, we've been waiting for this all year. And then they go and they're like, he lost us the game. At this point, the game is tied 7-7. And at that moment, literally, I felt like all the air was out of the balloon.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen because it's literally just a tied game. There's a whole lot of football left in this.
Yeah.
And it's like they abandoned the run. They were doing okay with Murray up at the beginning, like getting him a little run. They had McKinnon. And then like I said, the game's tied and it's like they just left. They're like, oh, we can't trust Case anymore and we got to like avert. Like I said it last week, Minnesota fan, shame on you guys again. Seriously, why are you guys picking on this guy? This guy took you guys to the NFC Championship game, and you guys are so fast to like cut this guy down and say that he's the reason you guys lost. No, your defense lost you the game.
Yeah, they did.
And realistically, the New Orleans Saints defense won you the game the week before. So, you guys had a whole week. Instead of going to malls across America and doing your hand claps and looking like weirdos, all like everywhere you went, Minnesota fans was doing their hand claps.
That's what the purple team does for you, Mitch.
It's just like, guys, you had more important things to worry about, like an NFC Championship game, and they were favored, so Vegas fell for it too. It was just weird. I got to admit, it was just such a weird game. Such a weird game.
It was the opposite of what people were thinking was going to happen. They thought maybe the Pats, the Jags...
Yeah, sure. That
game
one was
would
going to
open
be,
up. This one was the tit. I thought, because you say maybe it's a tit for tat. Here's Minnie. Here comes Philly. What's funny about that interception return is the guy went down the sideline on the left side. He was able to run across the field.
I saw that. Yeah,
and then go back in. I mean, you can't let that happen.
It is weird, man. It was weird. Let's talk a little bit about, we're on banter. We're not getting into the topic yet. We're still on our banter topic that we normally do. I want to talk about what I saw this week. You know how I love my TMZ, and I love my TMZ sports. I love perusing.
You're a big peruser.
I'm a big peruser. We talk about it, and I like to see what's out there.
When we do bios,
when
we do like on the website and everywhere, I think we got to make sure to remember to put that.
Yeah.
Full-time peruser.
Full-time peruser. Loving the you know, I just love all the rumors that I see and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but the thing
rumors.
is, I don't care for the movie star stuff. It's a sports stuff. I don't know why.
Yeah,
So Hulk Hogan has been coming out lately.
what you
and
talking about, brother?
Yeah, exactly. So yesterday, we usually do this podcast on a Tuesday. Yesterday was the 25 year of Raw, 25 year anniversary.
Isn't that
of Raw.
incredible?
That's pretty cool.
Isn't
man.
it
That is
incredible?
really
25
cool.
years, yeah.
And good for WWE. I mean, they put on a show, man. I haven't been watching it the way I used to, obviously, when I was younger.
course.
But you gotta get, I would find it hard pressed to find anybody that doesn't know a lot of wrestlers. You can say names
Absolutely.
today like John Cena, and a guy that's never really
They
watched
know.
wrestling, he'll know who it is.
Well,
The
again,
Rock, Stone Cold.
it goes
so on and
into
so
another
forth.
episode, that I brought this up, and I go, it's really funny how people are right away willing to shit on the WWE and say, oh, it's fake, it's this, which is fine. But
Yeah.
at the same time, when they're not watching WWE on Monday, they're watching a guy dressed in spandex as a bat, and that's normal to them.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with you, man. I think it's hilarious too.
You know, like they'll watch the Kardashians.
Well, exactly. Like my girl's like, oh, why are you watching that? And then literally flips to the Kardashian. I'm like,
It's
come
just
on now.
the crazy. Did you see the Vanderpump this week? Because I missed it.
I totally did.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Was
I'm not
it?
gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay. I missed it. That's fine. I'm back. I'm back full time. I said to Tom,
Oh,
I
you
go,
gotta get back
I
on
go,
it.
Tom, we got to
So
PVR it
wicked.
now.
So going back to the Hogan thing, I think so. A couple of podcasts ago, we called it out. I think, the exclusive saying Oprah Winfrey and The Rock are
Team
going
up.
to take over the world.
Yeah.
However, it looks like I think the Republicans have caught on to this, going, we're dead.
Mm-hmm.
So what did they do? They're getting Hogan. So Hulk Hogan went on TMZ and he's basically saying,
a real American.
and he's got already the slogan from
Guys,
years
I'm
ago.
the real American.
He's coming out and saying, I want to be a U.S. senator. And he goes, I think I could win handily. So he's already got and do you blame him? Like we just said, the Kardashians are hot. Donald Trump is hot.
Yeah.
Like, really, at the end of the day,
So here's
why
what's-
wouldn't he think it? And so my thoughts are,
Yeah.
how amazing would this be in 2020? Oprah and The Rock versus Ellen and Hulk Hogan.
Whoa.
I'm calling it now.
Yeah, you want that loofah, hey? I'm
want
calling it from
I'm
now.
calling it from
You know
now.
what? You and I should not be exempt from the golden loofah. I mean, should we not at least have a crack one?
Now, sorry,
Hold
one
on.
sec. Wait,
Okay,
let me just
go
say this
ahead,
part.
go ahead.
A lot of people are going to say to me, well, Mitch, Ellen for sure is not a Republican. There's no way she could be a Republican.
I was already
watch
thinking
this,
that.
Watch this. Watch this. If it's going to be like wrestling, she runs as a Republican, wins. And then right at the end, NWO rips open the shirt. She's full Democrat.
Hogan started the NWO. It'll be like the
Exactly.
Wolfpack Red and Black, remember?
Done.
Oh my
See
goodness.
what I'm saying?
You know, Mitch, the guys, you're a thinker.
I'm a thinker.
Now, here's what's crazy about this. At WrestleMania 18 in the Toronto Sky Dome, Icon versus Icon. The Rock versus Hogan.
Yeah.
The Rock won.
Right.
So, does this mean that if this showdown
Rematch.
happens?
Rematch.
It's a rematch.
In the real ring of the world.
So guess who's been orchestrating this for years? No. 25 years of Raw is nothing when you're Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He's been brewing this. This is the next pay-per-view.
This is right. And who did he have on his in one of the WrestleManias or Survivor Series years ago?
Maybe Donald Trump?
Maybe the President of the United States? Unreal.
Wow.
He's like, remember that time you shaved my head, Trump? He goes, yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was-
You owe me.
You owe me big time. Big league. You owe me big league.
I'm telling you, we're on to something. We're on to something.
We've called it from
Legends.
now.
Legends.
I know you called it from now.
I'm calling the actual match. I'm calling the match. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be Oprah and The Rock versus Ellen and Hogan.
And then after the presidential win is the double cross.
The double cross.
Wow.
I'm calling
Wow.
it a big one.
Huge, man.
Yeah.
This is big. And then after the double cross, Vince McMahon comes out.
Oh,
As the global corporation. No chance.
it's so amazing, so amazing. And P.S. a little something. I watched a bit of that Raw yesterday.
That was great.
His kids, you know what? With all due respect to his kids, I like them. They're
not the same, though,
They're
Mitch.
so not the
They're-
same. You took the
no.
words out of my mouth.
No,
man. It's not the same.
Vince McMahon is just a special
really is.
person. He created this crazy persona. You know what I admire about the guy? The guy's a billionaire. Yeah. He doesn't mind getting stunned in the ring, head shaved, hit with chairs. Like he realizes his kind of role, and
Yeah.
he's okay with it. Credit to him, man.
Credit to him. I got a question for you. So another thing I found, it wasn't on TMZ. This is another thing that came up this week, and I was
Okay.
really curious, and I brought it up to you again, and we talked about it, and I think we're both surprised. But I want to let the podcast listeners and our LR and our RLRT discussion group talk about it and try to figure out if I'm right or wrong, or if they can explain a little bit better of what's
Sure.
going on. So last week, Eric Lindros, number 88, Mr.
88.
Big Man. Philadelphia Flyers.
Sorry,
center.
Quebec.
Yeah, sorry, Quebec. For all those, this is Quebec.
No.
exempt,
It's
yeah.
Quebec.
Quebec.
Que, not que.
Que.
They hate that.
Que.
They hate the que.
Que?
No. They don't like the que.
I said
que.
Quebec.
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 Pretend there's no U.
Quebec.
You're almost there.
Puma.
You know, now you just don't even want to try.
Yeah.
Now you don't want to try.
I don't want to try. So, anyways, the last week they retired.
But you
his
said
jersey.
it. Hold on. You said it Puma. You said it right, not Puma.
You got me. You got me. You son of a gun. All right. So they retire Eric Lindros' jersey in Philadelphia. So
Yeah.
I was curious because, we all know, and for those that follow hockey quite religiously, the guy didn't have a tenured career. He didn't play for 20 years. He played for Philadelphia. He played at 8. Then I was checking his stats. He played for Dallas. He played for some other teams. He didn't have a long longevity.
Scott Stevens basically laid him out.
Destroyed him, right? Yeah.
And caught short with concussions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not the guy's fault. It happens. It's sport. And he's a big man, and he was a target of a lot of people. But I was curious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I wonder how many points this guy has. Because last year, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, right?
Right.
Okay. So I look at his stats. He's got less than 1,000 points. And obviously, he doesn't have even 1,000 NHL games under his belt. However, he's both in the NHL Hall of Fame, and he's got his Flyer jersey retired. So then I started looking into more or less the jersey retirement, like who in Philadelphia, pretty storied franchise, who's on there? You got Bobby Clark,
Yeah,
you got
for sure.
Perrant, you got some names,
Yeah.
and maybe some of them are a little older than me and you put together.
Sure.
So I didn't, but when I saw his stats, and then I went
So
down.
how many are retired altogether?
There's
do you know?
there's 6 retired. He's the 7th.
He's the
the
okay.
seventh.
So 7 jerseys.
Mark
in
Howe
Philly.
is another name that's retired.
Gotcha.
So I started looking at him, and then I started going, okay, all right, maybe Philadelphia just didn't have a lot of scorers, right? So Bobby Clark obviously dominates in both goals, assists, and games played, all
Stanley
that
Cup.
stuff, right? Stanley Cups, and he's their Wayne Gretzky of Philadelphia,
For sure,
right? Okay.
yeah.
As I look down, Eric Lindros' stats are not that good, you guys. Like, I got to be honest. So my question is, a guy like Brian Propp, whose name just happened to pop up on when I was checking to see the stats.
I'll always
that Eric
remember
won.
Brian Propp because when I was young collecting hockey cards,
Yeah.
I just remember that he played for Philly, but then it had the Minnesota North Stars logo because he had got dealt that year, and for some reason that just stuck in the bank.
Oh, really?
Brian Propp.
I just remember Hextall running to his aid after Chelios murdered him like from behind. That's all I remember. But Brian Propp, I got the stats here. It's pretty crazy. So Brian Propp is second in games played. He's second in goals, and he's second in assists. So obviously making him second in all points scored.
What is Bobby Clark?
Bobby Clark's number 1. in
He's
all
got
of them.
okay.
And then when it comes down to Eric Lindros, just an example. Brian Propp has 480 assists. Lindros 369. Brian Propp 369 goals. Eric Lindros 290.
This
goals.
is in Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia.
These are Philly stats.
Philly stats.
Okay.
Games played. Obviously, Brian Propp has 790 games.
Okay.
Eric Lindros not even in the top 10. He's not even. It doesn't even give me it didn't give me the number. Points. Brian Propp 849. Eric Lindros 659.
So
my
hold on.
question is,
how many games did Brian Propp have?
you know what?
it
790.
So he's averaging more than a point per game in his career in Philadelphia.
No, just under. No.
No, if he had 700.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pardon me. Yeah.
So he's actually averaging more than a point per game.
Eric Lindros did lead with that
Overall
one stat.
points
Overall,
per
he had
game?
1.35, but still, obviously, if he played less games,
So is Brian Propp's jersey not retired?
no, it's not retired.
See,
So that's why I'm trying to
Yeah,
figure
man.
out how did he make the Hall of Fame and get his jersey retired, and there's other guys on his own team.
Yeah, it's a gentleman's club, bitch.
Yeah.
That's all. You know what? If he didn't have the number 88,
Yeah.
if he did not have that number 88 and he was 73, Does he still get the jersey
Okay,
retired?
I'm gonna. So
I
I brought it up with my brother as well. We were just chatting, and I said,
Yeah.
and he goes, "You know what it is?" He goes, "He was a marketing marvel." Like
Yes,
when the
he was.
NHL, and props to him. No pun intended. However, if Eric Lindros got his Hall of Fame jacket and his jersey retired based on the fact that he's 6'3" and he revolutionized the center position,
Yeah.
then there should be no debate that Theoren Fleury.
And I beg to differ. Cam Neely, I think, revolutionized that position long before Lindros.
He was a right wing though.
Yeah, but he was a big power forward.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Okay,
I'll
maybe
give you
not
that.
center.
Yeah,
I'm
fair.
just saying power forward. So,
But then if we're gonna just go based on stature,
Yeah.
then Theoren Fleury, just because he's smaller and considerably smaller,
without a shadow of a doubt.
should be in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
So because there's been some discussion
Who
about
I think
that,
has done more.
for like when you really think about what it is to be an
Absolutely.
athlete, and what he's gone through,
He's a
and all that
Stanley
stuff.
Cup winner.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a Stanley
Throw
Cup.
it- throw it-
Was that the
absolutely.
rookie year for Fleury?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I believe it was a rookie year. You know what? The thing with Lindros, yeah, you know what? He was a great player. He's one of those woulda, coulda, shouldas. You know, it's very sad.
but is that enough to get in the Hall of Fame and to get your jersey retired, man?
The Hall of Fame, I don't know. The jersey retiring, I can't buy into that because look at the people that have retired the jerseys. Not just in sport this past year. Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant just got his jersey retired.
2 jerseys retired.
Well, yeah, because he's the Holy Trinity.
True
Yeah,
that.
the 8, the 24, and the Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, exactly. So
Na,
good.
na, 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 na. But these are guys that say, you know what, you cannot touch this number because it is sacrilege. You cannot touch Gretzky's number in the league. You cannot touch Lemieux's
That's right.
number in the league. But in Philadelphia, to say you can't touch number 88 because Eric Lindros, what did he do? I still don't get what he really did. He was a good player.
Yeah, he was.
But are we going to go ahead now and say, I can't think of a...
The Sundins.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Actually, they're really good.
Yeah, they're really good. I'm just trying to think of someone
same
that's...
with me. Like, this is what I'm saying. So it's one thing if the team wants to honor him. I get it on one end. But then I'm showing you stats of a guy that was on your team as well, that dominated.
That did better than you for that team.
Like, literally. And then, but what my other qualm is, like, after I saw his stats, and that's what he's basically based on to get in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
These are pretty low to get into the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
So that's where I guess is this now becoming a mark? So is it going to go forward, going into sports in the next 20 years? Is it about your Instagram page? Is it going to be about your Facebook page? Is it how you're marketed in the league is going to get you into the Hall of Fame?
That's actually a really, really good question.
I'm sorry. Like, I like Eric Lindros. I think from a marketing point of view, from a flagship kind of idea, he did what I guess he wanted to do to some degree. But from games played, what most people are based on, or goals and assists, I'm sorry, you don't add up, man. And I know your career was cut short because of a hit and all that. It sucks, but that's sport, man. That's just what it is.
If that's the case, are we putting a guy like Ilya Kovalchuk? There's another one.
Sure.
Who had crazy success, crazy goal success. I mean, are we putting him in? Is that a Hall of Fame career now?
Apparently it is. See, based on this, if you have to use different, if I'm a guy that didn't make the Hall of Fame yet, and I know I have more points, like a Brian Propp. In all honesty, Brian Propp,
we should do a crusade for Propp.
I think so. Is this like a crusade like we do for Johnny and
absolutely.
And Gout and all that
we
stuff?
are sticking up for people that have been slighted, and the oversights that's happened.
Like,
to
these aren't
people.
a little bit better; these are a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know. Lindros, again, it's the potential, right? Because when he did play, when he came into the league, he was playing very good. We all know that.
Of course, man.
But to me, you got to have a very special career to get in. I just don't find that Eric Lindros really had an extraordinary career when you can, if we really sat down and thought about it and went over the years, I could really, and both of us could really sit there and say, you know something? What about this guy? What about that guy? I'm actually going to go do that this week.
Yeah, go check it out. I'm telling you, it was interesting to me. I would love to hear from the
great pickup, Mitch.
From the LRT our LRT discussion group. Tell me what you think. I'm really curious to hear what people have to say about it. Now, Going into our topic of the week, we decided that I kind of segued into the Eric Lindros thing last because of a great player, and he's in the Hall of Fame. And then what Tom Brady did on the weekend, we are super excited.
Yeah.
I want to know the chicken and the egg theory when it comes to sport.
Sure.
Is it the system that makes the player great, or is it the actual player that makes himself amazing?
Good question.
Could Tom Brady do what he does on any other team? Does he need Belichick, or and vice versa? And I got a couple of things I want to say.
Okay. So I think it's a combination of both. Okay. And to elaborate on that, what I mean is Tom Brady is by far the greatest quarterback.
Jeff agrees with you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, why wouldn't Jeff agree with
Yeah,
me?
well, fair enough.
You know. Jeff, you've always been a Dimitri guy, hey? No, not when it's payday. You're a Mitch guy. Yeah, I believe me. I get it, and I'll get
That's
it.
better. Let's take a look.
Wink, Jeff. Wink.
Oh, that's funny. Dimitri's paying you this week. That's awesome.
I didn't bring a wallet.
Oh, big surprise.
That's crazy. The one time. Hold on, Mitch. Last week I didn't comp you. I don't comp you at least 2-3 times in my hotel.
Well, thanks. After hanging out for a year together now, one time.
You know what? I paid. When we went out, and I'm like, please, Mitch, pull out the card. Please, overpower me. I'm like, he's letting me do it. He's letting me. No, I'm just kidding. It was my pleasure. But no. It's a combination of both. And what I mean by that is, yes, Tom Gravy. We should, Tom Gravy.
Oh, I think that's
like
great. That. Tom Gravy.
Brady Gravy. You want a little Brady
gravy?
Do we just come up with products for people full time?
Gravy Brady.
Osweiler Whiskey.
Yep.
Armando Cigars.
Yep.
Brady Gravy.
I love it.
You want some Brady Gravy with your chicken, baby?
That's money. KFC is like listening to this and writing that down.
Yeah, they're right down. The KFC? The AFC. But... Tom Brady is that special. He is the greatest quarterback of all time. Mm-hmm. I might even go, I don't know if we got time, we might do an episode. I'm going to go out and say he might even be the best athlete of all time. I have some,
Whoa.
I know, big move. But I got my reasons for that. Mm-hmm. But it is the team, it is the organization, and it is the system. What I can't stand is when a lot of people will do this with Brady for sure, but a lot of people also do it with other athletes when they say, oh, the only reason Peyton Manning won his first Super Bowl with the Colts was because of the defense. Mm-hmm. The only reason Brady won the first, the defense. It was because of this, it was because of that. There has been no team in the history of sports that has won a championship that has not had the complete package. You need a coach. Okay, just in football, you need the quarterback, you need the running game, you need the defense, you need the coaching, offensive and defensive. You do need the whole package. The difference is that Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and the New England Patriots are the best version of that total package, that they have seen more success than anybody else. Okay. Now, would he have the same success somewhere else? No, he wouldn't, because you do need that. And not because we're Green Bay guys. To me, that would be an Aaron Rodgers type situation where Tom Brady can go anywhere and you have the Tom Brady chance. Just like Aaron Rodgers has been able to play exceptionally well on a team that has clear deficiencies. So the roles would be reversed.
Well, you know what? I agree and I'll disagree with you. I'll say that I'll be honest. I obviously the easy answer is you need both. Obviously that's the easy answer. I'll go like this. I'll say 75% system, 25% is the athlete, is the actual player.
Okay.
And the reason I say it is I
75,
think 75-25. And I think we need to start literally looking at what has been happening over the last few years. Not just with the Patriots, but they're obviously a great example.
They're a benchmark.
The Detroit Red Wings for many years, they made it like 25 straight years or 27 straight years to the playoffs. There's something to be said about that. Maybe they didn't win every year, but they won a few Stanley Cups along the way.
I see where you're going with this.
And then you can go with the Bulls, or you can say, I think... Now the Bulls during the 90s were an example of there's an athlete that basically carried everyone.
Yeah, but that's also a team that stuck together to
true.
win those. Whereas Brady, Belichick have been the only cornerstones in an ongoing changing rotation.
I'm going to challenge that, and we'll use, like we said a couple of podcasts ago when Dr. Ryan Todd was here, Alabama. Nick Saban has got a system in place there that he's recycling players literally every year, and they're still winning championships.
Yeah, right.
5 out of 9 is an amazing stat to have, especially in college football. So I'm a big guy, and I'm starting to see that the system seems to be the more reason that teams are succeeding. And I mean, if you don't believe me, just look at the ones that are kind of slowly getting there. For example, in hockey, we'll use Tampa Bay. Look at what Tampa Bay, since they won the Stanley Cup, more guys are wanting to go there. More guys are, and high-powered guys. Like when they had LeCavalier, they had St. Louis, they had, they went through their systems, they got them up. And here we are in 2018 from 2004, and they're the number one team in the league or second or whatever the case may be. And they got a high-powered, potent offense.
It's why people want to go to Chicago.
Exactly.
Too, right?
People want to go to Chicago. People want to go, and forget about, I mean, I do think location plays a big role. Today, I just saw something on Instagram and some other sports sites that Kawhi Leonard from the San Antonio Spurs,
right,
pound for pound, as for James's analytics.
And that was interesting actually to hear that.
He is, from an analytics point of view, he's pound for pound the best player. Okay, like all around. If you have to give these guys ratings like you do on EA Sports and stuff, he would probably be the best.
Even more so than Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Absolutely, he is to some degree because he does everything just slightly better.
Yeah,
he's actually requesting a trade or looking into getting traded. And
why? The guy doesn't even play a season yet.
Well, no, he's been playing.
Yeah, but he's been injured the last little while.
Granted, but do you know why he wants to get traded? Is because to go to San Antonio. This is what he said. He goes to go to, or this is what one of the analysts said for. Right. A lot of players right now, as we see, no, not for tax at all. A lot of players right now are saying, "Oh, I want to go to New York. I want to go to Chicago. I want to go to Golden State." Not just because there's good players there, or I want to go to Cleveland. They want the easy way out. Belichick and Brian and
Brady.
No, the coach for San Antonio. I forgot his name now.
Oh my God! Now I'm drawing the blank.
We'll
get it.
Anyways. They're hardworking guys. They're guys that are like, you want to be in this system? We're gonna win, but you got to put in your time. You got to put in your runs. Popovich. Thank you. I was gonna say Propp. It got stuck in my head.
I was gonna say Petrovic. I'm like, no, he was a player.
So to win in their system, you have to work hard. And a lot of players now are saying now. I also heard a podcast earlier last week.
Well, you listen to the podcast now?
I do. Once in a blue moon, I like to hear what's out there.
What are you doing?
What, you eat pizza every day at the same place?
Carmine's gone?
Oh, over here now.
Carmine's not here.
This guy was saying he worked for Belichick for 2 years. He said 15-hour days were not uncommon. He said that they had plays where if it was like first and 10 and they ran the ball and they got 2 yards, they had a play, and they still probably do this, that they have a list of plays that they have. So it's 2nd and 9, they have 20 plays ready to go. It's 2nd and 8, they have 20 plays to go. It's a very high stress, it's a system where Belichick and Popovich they are very intricate. And that's why they're succeeding so much. So I'm going to say 75-25 because the one thing I have seen, and Brady showed it this weekend again, you basically pop a guy in there and they're winning. Amendola, when he came from the Rams, was awesome. He was a good player in Ramland, and he came over.
Yeah.
And he didn't really escalate to that side.
That's right.
And then all of a sudden, he was kind of their third option the last couple of years.
That's right.
And he didn't do much. He still caught some pretty key balls over the last couple of years. But on Sunday, he showed he had to escalate himself and show everyone, oh, I'm that good again, and blah, blah, blah. But he's just another player. There was a guy, Dorsett, that caught a pass, a really key pass.
Huge pass. That's right.
Who's this guy? Right. Who's Dorsett? I don't even know who this guy is.
Yeah.
So, and running game, we know they don't really have a go-to running back. So I really do believe it's the system. And so the athlete plays a big role. And don't get me wrong, Brady is cool.
You know what? Fair point to you, right? I didn't know if I would go, let's say 75-25 or whatever the number would be for me, but I would agree that it is, the system plays an integral part in it. Because the fact of the matter is that I've never seen an organization like the New England Patriots that say, I don't care who you are, you don't get out, you're moving to Cleveland. Okay, you played corner in college, that's great, but you're actually on special teams and that's your cap.
Yeah.
You're going to be here.
That system, isn't it?
That's why I'm agreeing with you. I didn't know what percentage I would equate it. So I do agree it's the system. These guys are all business. Belichick, the organization, they got this thing down pat.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that the reason I say it is maybe for me more of a 50-50 thing is that if you had the Belichick system with a quarterback such as Joe Flacco, you don't have this same success.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think Joe Flacco would
Joe
succeed
Flacco
in-
doesn't have 5 rings
No, I know,
in
but
New England.
you don't think so?
No.
I don't know.
No,
I got to be
no.
honest, but he has one by himself. Like,
See,
well,
I
like,
think
you
if
know,
you take
in
a
different
guy,
system.
if you take a guy like Aaron Rodgers
Right.
and put him in New England,
Yeah.
I still think
I don't know if I agree with that.
5 rings.
I agree that
He could
Aaron
have more,
Rodgers-
but I'm just saying, like, we're saying Rodgers, Breeze, Manning, Brady, these greats of this era, they'll still, they might have give or take 1 or 2.
So you're saying if you take Brady outside
Take Brady
of New
out
England,
right now.
does he have 6 rings?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't, exactly.
No, he doesn't.
So what you're saying is the system then. You're basically
Yeah,
saying
but
the
if you
system
put
is what-
Flacco in today's Patriots,
Right.
they don't have that dynasty that that's why I say it's a combination. You need the great players and the
course.
great system. It's not just one thing.
It's one that I want
Overall.
everyone to talk about again.
You cannot tell me that Joe Flacco would make, because Brady, even with that system, has to make some incredible plays.
Absolutely.
And composure and this. And the
Agreed.
thing with Brady, the offensive line, Brady says, listen, I don't want to move.
Yeah.
I do not want to take more than 2 steps in the pocket.
Exactly.
That is your job. And if you don't do it, I'm going to yell at you so bad and make you cry.
Do you think that he's ever said, I'm just going to bring a chair? Do you think like during practices he has a chair back there and just takes snaps and just throws it from
He
the
probably's
chair?
got little pylons. And it's
something
like, this is the zone.
Like a hammock? Do you think he has a hammock back there?
I know 2 guys that probably want a hammock, right? Jeff, can we get a hammock in the studio?
That'd
just
be nice.
Maybe
That'd be
maybe
really
a little fluff before game time.
No.
Whoa! Is this thing on? Not from Jeff, but
No way. Oh,
Jeff, where are the groupies?
yeah.
We don't see groupies around here.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. It's an interesting debate. I think the system plays a bigger role than we think.
I agree with you, but I think
know what
you're
you're saying. I
disregarding.
get
Like
you.
you need game breakers as well, and
You do.
You can't.
I agree.
Like Joe Flacco is just not going to go in and do the same thing that Brady does because Brady's the angel of the Lord, man. Flacco's just a centaur.
One of the reasons I'm gonna agree with you slightly, believe it or not, is because they traded away Garoppolo.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying, you know what, Brady can stay here for another 10 years. Obviously he's not going to stay there 10 years, but you never know. But the reality is they got rid of Garoppolo, young
That's
version
right.
of Brady, to say, you know what, our system works so well, you could be 50 and play in the system. So I might side with you slightly, as long as his arm stays well and he doesn't get too many broken hands. It's an interesting debate, but I do think that the system plays a bigger role in the overall scheme of things, and you can use it in business too. Like, you know what I mean?
In a dynasty, it plays a great role because if you look at even the Chicago Blackhawks, okay, we're talking Scotty Bowman as a coach, had great success, Stanley Cups with multiple teams, gets into management. Same thing with Detroit; they're having crazy success, and then his son in Chicago, and he's getting a little bit of advice, and Chicago all of a sudden has this mold, and in my opinion, has been the recent kind of dynasty in the NHL.
They got to grab a calculator.
I wouldn't call them a dynasty yet, but they are the most successful franchise in the last decade.
I agree with you, but they also are.
But they got the mold.
They also have a big problem right now because they overdid it. On one end, I agree 110%.
Yeah.
But on the other side of it, in the new economics of how sports are, they've overspent. They've overspent right now. But they had to sit Seabrook out last week because they were over they were over the salary cap with the 3 players with Seabrook, with Taze and
I
Kane.
think
they went over. So
we could go on, but
yeah,
Seabrook's
fair enough.
gone this year.
Yeah,
right?
well, fair enough, but it's a big contract that he has to. That's guaranteed there.
No, that's a great question. Great.
There's
Yeah,
a
and
few-
guys, let's post that in the group too because I'd love to hear it. Is it the system or is it the players? What percentage makes up what?
I agree.
Yeah, great
Let's
topic,
do it.
Mitch.
Let's do it. Let's talk about a couple more things. I want to hit something that's very dear to my heart. I just want to drop this out real quick. This weekend, we both went to an event. I finally got invited to something, so thank you.
I was happy to see you there.
To a friend of the podcast and a friend of yours because you guys play on the same hockey team. I've known Pete for many years. Happy 50th birthday, to Pete Zanis. He's bought us coffees in the past. He's done
Absolutely.
everything. So happy birthday to you, buddy. We wish
Happy
you all the
50th.
best, and thanks for an awesome party.
Great party.
Now, what did I pick up on the party? Okay.
You had me howling.
We were having a good time.
First off, what's funny is anytime we see each other at a social event or outside of talking or the podcast, there's like 38 seconds of awkwardness.
Yeah,
we brought
awkward.
it down.
Yeah.
but it's a little like Hey, buddy. Like, we need other people around us just to kind of like. It's
Exactly.
so funny.
And then once you get us going, we're like, all we needed were microphones.
Yeah,
we could have just play by play on the dance
push everyone
floor.
out. Okay, done. Mitch and Dimitri,
I'm gonna say
we're
this.
friends again. You had me fucking dying. Excuse me. You had me just dying laughing because it's near the end of the night. They're playing the music.
Oh,
A lot
yeah.
of couples there.
A lot of couples.
Couples dancing.
A lot of people
And we're
dancing.
talking people in their late 30s, 40s.
40s,
you
yeah,
know,
late 40s, let's say, or middle 40s,
Yeah,
yeah.
in that range. And then
we have
you noticed a couple things and just say it, man. Just so
friends,
funny.
Our friends, are huge U2 lovers. Like, love U2. I love U2 too.
I love you
Not
too.
I love.
I love you too.
I've never really. I got to be honest. I've never really danced that much to U2 in my entire life.
Okay.
So watching people dance to U2 to me was crazy. I'm going to tell you a quick story. 2001, I went to Europe. I went to Amsterdam. Or pardon me, I went to Czech Republic.
Okay.
And somebody's like, you got to go to this bar. Till this day, ask PA. The guy that called us earlier. I'm not going to use your name because you know what? Apparently you don't like me using it. So I'm not gonna
Don't
use
worry,
it.
we'll get you on the show.
We'll get you on the
PA.
show, PA. We'll
Don't
get you
worry,
on there,
PA.
but relax. So me and PA go to this nightclub, and it's like it's Cowboys, the original Cowboys times 2, but 4 floors of it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Floor 1 has got like electronica. Second floor has got something else.
neat.
So you take this huge elevator, one of those cargo elevators, and takes
Or
you to the top.
Ansancer.
Yeah,
for our-
Ansancer.
Yes, for our French.
I get to the 4th floor. All of a sudden, what do I hear? Summer of '69, Bryan Adams playing. Here in Canada, I've heard that song 1.5 million times, but I've never seen anyone dance to it. 2001.
Is that
I saw,
what kind of dance?
Dude, I still to this day, it's ingrained in my brain, and I can't explain to you what I exactly saw that day, but I did see almost 2,000 people dancing to it.
It must have been weird to go to that
crazy.
country to check it out.
So bad. I don't know why I laugh to encourage you. So what I'm saying is watching our good friends dance to U2 was probably one of my favorite things of all time.
You know, it doesn't matter what age you are. You look at some people and they're just taking it back to high school.
You know what?
They're just taking it right back.
I think everyone got action that night.
Oh man, are you kidding? It started over the pants right on the dance
Oh,
floor. Like
yeah.
you know it. Like
It got a little too creepy.
You know-
It got to the point where I was like, I gotta leave because I think everyone's gonna do something.
like you know
here.
when you're in grade 9, you go to the grade 9 dance, and you know you're kind of close, and you kind of pop your first boners there socially.
sure, of
but
course.
you kind of move
yeah,
back
you
because
move
you're
back,
like,
yeah.
I don't know.
There
But
was
then
no
you
moving back.
You get to high school, and then it's like, well, I need you to feel the half chub.
Right.
I need you to feel.
You gotta feel this.
You know, like you got to know that the blood is flowing.
Exactly.
Here, okay. And that's what happened. You just seen
That's
it,
right.
like, oh man! And you were ripping everyone apart.
Oh,
You're like,
man.
you
I
look.
wasn't ripping people. I was just having a good time. I wasn't making fun of anybody.
You turn around. Our friends are shitty dancers.
Well, they're not great dancers, no. I mean, and I'm not saying like I am in any way. It was just fun to watch. It was from
MB.
afar. I'm sorry.
Hold
it was
on,
fun.
MB.
Oh yeah, MB. Yeah.
and MB was cupping more feels than Hollywood
yeah.
directors.
MB
and you
wanted
know
a
it.
piece. Yeah, he was desperately.
He was very hands
And
on.
P.S. Everyone who's listening to this, all these people we're talking about are married. So it's like
This is with their spouses.
This is with their spouse, of course. So it was like they were trying to get action for the first time ever.
And
It was
then,
awesome.
and then who was it? GM came up to us and talked about how PZ
Right.
was the bully in high school
That's right,
that finally
that's right.
that was in grade 12 and got his first dance with the grade 10
That's
and was
right.
just so happy to be in the
Just
moment.
pump.
Yeah.
But I am going to say this to all my boys, and I'm part of the group here too. We have beautiful wives and beautiful girlfriends,
Great talent
but
pool.
there's we went awry. We were all hot in high school. We were good in shape or something. I think all of us need to hit a treadmill. I looked at all our girlfriends and our wives, and I'm like, good for them. They are looking fantastic. Shame on all of us. We're letting the girls down. We
Well,
gotta
you
get
know
our-
what? When you're, when plates of lamb chops are coming, and you got, we're all just taking, we don't want one or two. Thank you for the tray. Come pick it up when it's empty.
Yeah, exactly.
When a table of 5 does that about 5 times, that's probably where it starts.
That's when it. But honestly, awesome birthday party. I had a great time. Thank you again, PZ, for everything. That was
Pete,
awesome.
thanks for
man.
inviting us.
And thanks for inviting me.
And me too.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Now, I want to finish off with this. I want to finish. Okay, just hold on a second.
Yeah, you're getting.
Let me get comfortable. Okay.
Jeff, he's got his phone right under his. Did you see that? He gets it on vibrate.
Yeah.
And he asks people
And
to call him.
I just get people to call.
I was in the Walmart parking lot today and I saw a guy with a huge Woody.
That was Mitch.
That was what
Yeah,
time? What time was it at?
Yeah, hold on. At which Walmart?
Yeah, which Walmart? Westbrook. I wasn't there.
I was gonna say it, but there are Greeks that have coffee there, so it could be any one of
exactly.
them. Yeah.
All right. Tomorrow, you are going to Las Vegas. Go, but go slow. Tell the people
Just
what
a
you're
little bit.
doing.
Okay, no problem. I'll go.
Okay.
So tomorrow, I am.
Slower. Okay.
I'm going to Las Vegas or Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going for my brother's stag. And just a small little crew, just 4 of us going, nothing big, just a very relaxed thing. But we had some tragedy in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
I had picked a certain adult film star. I brought up the topic, who would you rather have in that? And due to, really, this isn't a joke, but sad circumstances,
Yeah.
she left us. August Ames is my starting goaltender.
Right.
So during the time that we are going for this stag, it happens to be the AVN or the Porn Awards. Great convention going on, along with a nice dinner and a lot of awards that will be given out for their contributions to the industry in the last year.
Yeah.
And I will be on location.
That is amazing.
So
The
if
sacrifice you make for this team to go down there during your brother's
Absolutely.
stag, I respect that.
And
Thank
Mitch, I said, look, I want to have fun like all of you.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to go out and get drunk and get margaritas from Treasure Island
Sure.
kiosks,
Of course.
like anyone else does. But I have to put in some work there. And
you
I
need
said,
to go to these awards.
I had to get a VIP pass just to make sure that, because time's not on my side.
No, it's
I need to
not.
get in early.
Got to get there.
And I will be representing Real Locker Room Talk.
Mm-hmm.
I want to, trying to meet a myriad of just, real stars that I respect.
I am
And-
so ebulliant for you. It is beyond.
Well,
belief.
and my brother assures me that it'll be a very ebulliant time.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So now, my question is this: You're going to Vegas.
Sorry to cut you out.
No,
I
please
just want
go
to say
ahead.
this, then go. For all of you that don't follow the Instagram account, I highly recommend
Highly recommend
that you follow it.
this weekend.
Just it's going to be Wednesday when this uploads, and just get going because I'm going to the convention tomorrow and Thursday and Friday and Saturday if I want.
Wow.
That's what VIP gets you.
That's what gets you.
That's what gets you.
You
want me to say hi to Nina Hartley? I'll go say hi.
Yeah, say hi to my goalie, please.
You want me to go take a picture with Miss Akira? I'll do it.
Boom.
If you want to say Dimitri, Rocco Siffredi, throw him a shout out. Love his work.
Good old Rocco.
Good old Rocco. I'm your man. Yeah. I'm there, you guys.
Yeah.
And I am your liaison and ambassador to the AVNs. Does any other podcast do that,
I'm going to
Mitch?
tell you this. Your brother has always been a fan of mine. Like, I've been a fan of your brother is what I mean. This sir, is amazing. Like, it's one thing to go to Vegas for your stag.
Yeah.
To be able to go to Vegas for your stag and have this accompany it.
It's unbelievable.
Well done, Tasso. Congratulations.
My brother is the biggest gem that nobody knows about.
That's true.
You know what I think my brother is? He's the Kaiser Soze of the Greek community.
Oh, yeah.
Because
That's a good,
behind the scenes, like when I come back, we'll do obviously we're gonna do a recap when I come back about my experiences.
Of course.
But there's some stories, my brother. Maybe we bring him on. The shit that happens to him just doesn't happen to anyone else. But he's crazy. He's crazy that way.
I love it. I think.
And it's funny, clean, funny stuff too. It's hilarious.
I love it. Well, you know what? Have fun, be safe, and please hit the Instagram. Call me, text me, do whatever you need. Like, I'm open 24 hours a day.
Get in the discussion group. I want to bring up too, guys, don't forget, all of you that live in Calgary, there's the Greek poker tournament.
Yep.
Get to Mitch here for details.
Call me. Get on
Follow
Facebook.
us
Follow
on
me.
our channels.
It's gonna be awesome.
I'm going to
Almost
be at
sold
the AVNs, okay? At Real Locker Room Talk, at Mitch and Dimitri, okay? Follow it, get in the discussion group, get involved, go and be part of the global explosion.
Hit the shower.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, it'll be a good time over there. It's fun.
Good, yeah. I hate you.
I'll send you some pictures that aren't in the group. Don't worry.
Well, I'd like to think so.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to get like a private, like WhatsApp chat or something going on.
Oh my God.
Is it still on?